Ms. Digito, paki-clarify lang po ito, no? First, how often have you dealt with PhilRem in the past?
Per requirement ng client. Kasi yung transactions po with them is based on the instruction of the clients also.
I see. So it's the client who tells you which remittance company to use.
Yes po.
Okay. Ngayon, pag pinapalitan ng from dollars into pesos, bakit pa kailangan ng client mag-identify ng remittance companies when RCBC has a foreign exchange department?
I think PhilRem has a better rate than yung over-the-counter bank rate po.
Better rate.
Opo.
Eh, binibili naman nila sa RCBC eh.
Ay, hindi ko na po alam. But if you compare po kasi...
No. Do not say hindi mo na po alam. In this particular instance of the $81 million, $61 million was exchanged through RCBC, correct? So, bumalik naman ka sa RCBC, so maybe the client got charged twice.
Sir, sorry, I got confused with your question. I thought you were asking bakit yung kliyente nagsasource pa sa PhilRem. With this particular transaction po kasi, I was just asked to source nga a money changer kasi may mga remittance na gagawin to Soler and Eastern Hawaii.
Alright. Pero dollars, ba't hindi mo muna in exchange for pesos through RCBC?
Eh, sa kanila na rin naman po yung transaction, so sa kanila na pinagawa lahat yung conversion.
At sino nag-identify ng PhilRem?
Si Sir Kim po asked lang if I could recommend somebody, black market.
Ano?
Si Sir Kim Wong po, Mr. Wong asked me if I could recommend a black market. And si PhilRem po yung naisip ko.
Black market?
Apo.
I'd like to ask the Governor of the Central Bank. Black market went out of fashion when we started liberalizing our foreign exchange transactions. Do you still use that phrase today, black market?
No more, Mr. Chairman. I think the terms that are being used are like informal market or parallel market. Because actually, money changers can be registered with the BSP. So
Can be
registered with the
Okay.
BSP as a business.
So if they're registered, they're a parallel market. If they're not registered, what do you call them? Naughty market.
That's probably the definition of black market, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. All right. So, ang sabi mo, Ms. Digito, na magsosource ka sa black market kasi mas maganda yung rates.
Opo.
Did you instruct PhilRem to do that, to source it from the black market?
Hindi po. Basta po, yung mga transactions po kasi before ganun, di ba? Kumbaga may mga kliyente kasi na nagpapapalit sa kanila. So I just told them there's going to be a cleared funds that will be transferred to their accounts. And they have to convert that to
Sino
peso.
nagbabantay sa rates dito? Mr. Kim Wong, ikaw ba nagbantay sa rates dito? Pumasok ang $81 million, sinabi mo nga kay Ms. Digito, I want you to change at least $61 million into pesos, but I don't want to pay a rate that's higher than this. Sino nagtatrack nito?
Wala po, hindi ko po alam. Sila ho nag-usap eh.
So, they could have charged you anything. They could have exchanged it
Maybe po.
a peso.
Siguro po, hindi pa ako kasi may kulang pa nga ho, di ba ho?
Hindi. I'm asking, who was in charge? Sabi mo kulang kasi ikaw ang in charge, ikaw na mamahala dito. Yung $81 million pinasok ni Gao.
Oh, pinasok po ni Ding tsaka ni Gao po. Si Gao, kinausap niya ako. So, magkukwentahan ho sana ho. Wala pong makwentahan eh, kasi kulang po eh. Walang way.
Hindi siya umangal sa rate of exchange.
Hindi pa ho dumating dun eh.
Hindi, nakatanggap na sila ng pesos, hindi ba?
Kulang pa ho, sir.
Hindi, kulang sa total amount.
Oh, pero hindi, wala pa ho
Pero
sinabi.
yung
Wala po.
pagdating sa iyo ng 100 million pesos, for example, hindi mo tinatanong at what rate did you buy the pesos?
Sila na po, hindi po ako nagtanong. Hindi pa ho.
sa iyo lang ang dineliver eh. Paano nila itatanong? Sabi mo sa inyo, dineliver yung 100, 100 plus another 100, di ba?
Opo.
Kayo-
Hindi, di ba yung diretso po sa Soler, diretso po sa Maidas, hindi pa ho na kwenta.
Ang gusto ko lang malaman, yung pag-deliver ng 100 million pesos plus 100 million pesos plus another 100 million pesos doon sa bahay ni Mr. Bautista.
Kumbaga ano pa lang ho,
Hindi mo tinanong anong rate.
wala pa ho. Kumbaga dista lang ho, pagkuha. Wala po ano.
See, they don't care about that. You could have charged them 2 pesos per dollar and they would not have masking 49 to the dollar. Hindi ninyo binabantayan ito, di ba? I mean, usually, pagdating ng pera to anybody, kwento niya muna, magkano binigay ko siyo? $20 million. Magkano ang rate of exchange dito? Iko-compute niya yun, di ba? Hindi ninyo kinompute.
Hindi pa ho. Hindi pa po.
I'll do business with you next time. Basta wag mo lang bilangin.
Oh, basta lista. Pagka total na lang po.
Hindi total, pero total, it depends upon the details.
Opo, yung details nga, pang dulo na lang po. Kaya lang pagdating dulo, kulang po.
Okay. In any case, it doesn't seem important to you, Mr. Wong, pero nakapagtataka kung bakit wala ho nagbabantay ng total nito, $81 million. Sino ho ang sisingilin ninyo sa pagkukulang ng $17 million?
Kasi po sir, kaya gaw ho kaya din eh. Hindi ako masyado interest, hindi ako nagipagkwenta ever since eh.
Hindi nagagalit sigaw?
Hindi, nagagalit ho sila, basta kulang eh. Nagkukwenta ho sila, pero sabi ko, hindi ko alam eh.
Malaking kulang po yun.
Malaki nga po, halos na magkapatayan na ho kami. Last eh.
Ikaw ang papatay nila.
Hinahamon
Pati
nila
hindi
ho.
si Mrs. Bautista. Sabihin mo, hindi.
Sinabi ko sa kanila eh, sabi ko, wag niyo ko takutin kasi Manila to. Sabi ko po.
Okay. Pero talaga, Mr. Kim Wong, I don't understand how Mr. Gao could have left the country when he is short $17 million.
Hindi po ko siya umalis.
Nandito po siya.
Hindi ho, nung seeding ho, nagagalit, nung February 11, 1 o'clock na ho, doon ho kami nagkakatalo, si Gaw ang tikaawat. So, next day, seeding, umalis na po. Si Gaw na iwan pa ho. Si Gaw ho, nasa record ho ng suli, hinuli pa ng suli.
Hinuli.
Opo, ng March 10.
Why?
Dahil nga, di ba, nagkaproblema ng suli, kinuha pa kay Gaw lahat ng pera, mga chips, pati password. Kaya ho, magtutulong sana kami, kaya lang, sabi ng suli ho, wala naman tayong rights sa paano i-hold si Gaw. So si Gaw nakauwi ho, March 11. 10 kasi gumalaw ang suli, may record po yun. 11 ho siya umalis.
Teka muna ang question ko, ba't siya aalis kung meron pang $17 million missing?
Hindi nga pa ho siya sa sana alis eh. Hinuli ng suli, kinuha ang chips, kinuha lahat eh. Kaya natakot daw siya. Hindi na din makadaro. Wala ho silang pera.
Will Soler confirm that? Did you abuse your own client?
Yes, Your Honor. We confirmed that Gao Shuhua was one of those players on March 10 when we stopped the play. And it was one of he was in the room that where we searched and got the cash and other chips, Your Honor.
But you only were able to recover like 103 million pesos, no?
In equivalent cash
Yes.
in pesos, Your Honor. Yes.
Yeah. What happened to the rest?
The rest, 107 million in their account, Your Honor.
The rest he lost. Hindi, gusto ko malaman kasi ang pinadala sa Soler, magkano yun? 1 billion, magkano? Sa Blueberry?
1.365 billion.
1 billion 365 million.
That's correct, Your Honor. But it was distributed to so the
Players.
not the junket operators, Your Honor. 3 junket operators.
All right.
So what was played with us was 331 million.
And the 800, what happened to that? The balance.
Well, the junket operators are supposed to explain what happened.
You mean they didn't gamble it? They didn't play it?
They did not play it in the premium program of Soler, Your Honor. I think they played it with
In the private room?
junket operators.
In the private room?
That's correct, Your Honor. Yeah.
You don't keep track of how much they played in the private room? Di ba may non-cashable chip yan?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay.
The non-negotiable chips were transferred from Soler to the junket operators.
All right, so the one who's responsible for that would be the junket operators.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And who were the 3 junket operators you say the 1.365 million were transferred to?
Yeah. 903 million went to Sun City Junket.
Sun City, that's Mr. Chua.
Chow.
Chow. Sorry, Chow.
Yes, and the 100 million went to Gold Moon, and 31 million went to Lau Kawai Junket, Your Honor.
And those 3 gentlemen have left the country already?
No, Your Honor, they are junket operators, so they are in Soler. They're
Based in Soler.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. One of these days, the committee would want to talk to them.
Yes, Your Honor.
They more or less spend most of their time here, being junket operators.
They've been with us, Gold Moon since
No,
2014.
do they live here? Do they make life here in Manila?
No, Your Honor. So this is just one of their many operations. They're international operators.
So they go all over the place.
That's correct.
All right. Pero suki rin ninyo.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Yeah, we would like to talk to them one of these days to see
Yes, Your Honor.
if we can close the gaps in some of our missing information. Now, meron po tayong mga contradictory statements that were made by some of our key resource persons. Now, it says field rem testified. Well, I don't know who field rem testified. Why do you say field rem testified? There are 2 field rem. It's either Concon Bautista or Salud Bautista. So why do you say field rem? Wala na ho dati. Will you correct please? Field rem testified. I don't know if that's you or Concon. That the amounts of $90 million and $500,000 were delivered to Mr. Su at Soler, with Mr. Wong present. Mr. Wong claimed having received only 80 million pesos. Mr. Wong,
Sir,
nakatanggap ba si Mr. Y. Kang Su ng $500,000? Yung first delivery?
wala po, sir.
At ang testimony nila, 90 million, not 80. Not 100, 90.
Hindi po, sir. 100 po yun kasi pwede ho i-check sa Sun City po.
80 and 20.
Opo.
Yan ang pinag-uusapan natin.
Opo, yung 80 ho at 20, may check-in ho sa date ng Sun City, February 5, si Ding Shishi ang nag-deposit ng 100 million. May record po yun, misi ano buksan niyo yun. Nasa computer po yun eh.
Yung $500,000, wala.
Wala naman po deposit ho doon.
Now, Ms. Digito, yung pag-break up at saka delivery nitong mga pera na ito, Sino nagbigay sa iyo ng instruction? Si Mr. Kim Wong.
Sir, yung cash delivery po wala. Yung first transaction lang ng February 5, yung to deposit to Bloomberry and Eastern Hawaii. Yun lang po yung natatandaan.
That's the 1.365.
Yes, that was the first transaction.
And 1 billion pesos to Eastern Hawaii.
Yes, Your Honor.
So that's only 2.365.
Yes, Your Honor.
We're missing 1.4 billion. Bakit dineliver yung 1.4 billion kung walang instructions?
As to instructions po sa kanila yung cash delivery, hindi ko po alam. Ang instructions lang sa akin was to credit everything to them and have it converted to peso.
Let me get this clear. You've got this amount of money. Dapat yung may-ari niyan o sino nagbibigay ng instructions sa iyo ang magsasabi kung kanino ninyo i-deliver yun, di ba? That's standard, no?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, here's 3 billion. I want you to deliver 1 billion to this guy, 1 billion to this one, and 1 billion to Soler. Ganun yon. So bakit may balanse na walang instructions? Hindi mo tinatanong kung, uy, meron ka pang pera dito, saan ko idadala ito?
Your Honor, si Mr. Wong po acted as the representative of those accounts. He claimed naman po that he really referred the account. So as authorized representative, tinatanggap ko lang po yung mga instructions. But as far as the instructions are concerned, yun lang po yung February 5 lang po yung in-instruct sa akin to Bloomberry and Eastern Hawaii nga. Now, the rest of the instructions was just to credit everything to PhilRem and have it converted to peso para po bumalik sa akin yung balanse ng peso.
Teka muna, sa February 5, are you talking only of the amount that was released by RCBC of $22.5 million? Ayun ba?
Yes po. Yung first tranche po ng transaction kasi was parang mga konti lang, 14, 15.
Teka muna, nakukonfuse ako. $6 million, $20 million, $25 million, and $30 million, di ba? Apat yun.
Yes, Your Honor.
Alright. Saan ang galing ang 22.5?
Hindi po. Yung apat na credititan po nun, parang yung isang account doon, the instruction was to credit a portion of that to William Go's account and transfer it to PhilRem for the conversion of the peso. And then afterwards,
This was the 30. Anong pumasok ng February 5? That was Friday.
lahat po yun pumasok na. Pero ang transaction lang po nung Friday, isa lang po eh.
Lahat credited na. The entire $81 million was credited on Friday.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you got instructions to transfer 22.5.
Yes, Your Honor.
What was that in pesos, yung 22.5? That's roughly $1 billion pesos.
Yes, Your Honor. And
Pinagdala mo lahat yan sa...
Bloomberry and Eastern Hawaii po.
Anong split doon?
Ano po, hindi ko po alam yung...
500?
Hindi ko na po matandaan yung split niya kasi parang the branch issued an MC. It was also payable to PhilRem. And PhilRem, sila na po yung nag-transact doon sa bangko nila on how they will transfer it to Bloomberry and
No, I'm
Eastern
not talking about how. I'm talking about who it was delivered to. At hindi naman pwede mag-decide ng PhilRem to whom they will deliver it, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
They're not the owners.
I'm telling you po, what the instruction was...
Sino their instruction?
The instruction of Mr. Wong was to credit everything to PhilRem. Pero what we did po on the first day lang was that yung kailangan sa Soler and Eastern Hawaii. And that was the first. Hindi ko na po kasi matandaan kung magkano yung first amount of transaction, kung 22 or $15 million lang. Pero yun lang po yung una.
Kailan ba sinabi siya yun ni Mr. Wong na nagagalit na si Mr. Gao kasi may $17 million missing?
Ay, yung nawawala po, hindi ko po alam. Actually, yung February 5 po, ang instruction na was to credit everything to PhilRem. Kaya lang po, parang I don't feel the need na gawin. Sa ko sa Tuesday na lang, parang medyo mas mahaba yung time para mag-ADP pa sa akin yung dollar.
Okay. Okay. Now, PhilRem, I'll hold that off until CONCON comes and your accountant comes. I'd like to ask a question of Mr. Lorenzo Tan. Mr. Tan, now there was no actual cash transfer. We know that. Now these are electronic transfers. Still, at the end of Friday, in the books of RCBC, you would have seen a pop in your foreign deposits. Now, normally you would have around $400 million in FCDUs.
Can I answer that, Your Honor?
Yes, please.
In total assets, it's about $1 billion, sir.
$1 billion.
Yes, sir.
If you see a pop of $81 million in one day, would that raise eyebrows? Wouldn't you at least check? Saan ito nanggaling?
Actually, it was raised to us, Your Honor.
And
Well, as mentioned earlier, we checked with the BM, Ms. Diquito.
would you like to speak into the mic? So
We checked with the BM about it, and she relayed to Ms. Bridget Capina that these were valid transactions.
yeah, so everything's blamed on the branch manager.
Well, that's our process, Your Honor. We check with the branch
You know, that's a
manager.
very bad process. You cannot depend on one. Now, in New York, you would have had $81 million credited to your account, diba? With your correspondent bank there.
That's right,
diba?
Your Honor.
How did you invest that money? Did you let it sleep overnight, over the weekend?
Well, it was left in our accounts in New York, Your Honor.
Yes, but without earning interest? Don't you automatically shovel into
I think at that point, the rates were actually very low as well.
so you decided you didn't need the money?
No, we left it in the account. I'm not really sure how it was invested, Your Honor. I have to check with our treasury
Who takes charge of that?
liquidity manager.
Were you not treasury?
Yes, sir. It was, but we have people who handle the
So there's an
deposit side.
automatic.
It depends, Your Honor. Like, we can leave money in an account where it will earn market rates. And
So you have an arrangement there with your correspondent bank that
some
the money
banks.
does not.
some banks,
sleep.
Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Otherwise, even if it's only 1% a year,
Actually, the rates for US dollar deposits will probably be maybe less than 15 basis points or 0.15% per annum.
per annum.
Yes, sir.
But as a matter of healthy financial practice, it's still better to put it into an earning account rather than let it sleep, di ba? Anyway, these are very short-term deposits, like 1 day, overnight, 2
Yes, sir.
days, 1 week, di ba?
Yes, sir. That's how we do it. Overnight, the rates would be about that much or even less,
15 basis points
or probably even less. Yes, Your Honor.
per annum yan, ha?
Yes, Your Honor.
Those are annual rates.
Yes, sir.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to switch, if I can find my notes. There. Here. Mr. Kim Wong, before February 5 this year, nagkaroon ba kayo ng any banking relationship with RCBC?
Wala po, sir.
You never opened an account there.
Wala po.
You never dealt with Miss Digito either.
Wala po.
So, bakit napaka-trusted ninyo si Miss Digito? Kayo
Kasi-
nagpasok ng pera dito, si Miss Digito ang tinawagan ninyo for $81 million kaagad ng parang kulog sa langit. Kaya Miss Digito yan.
Kasi, sir, dati ko po na-meet di ba, nakapag-open na ako account sa kanya sa East-West. 2 million pesos po. Naiwan ko na doon. Tapos palagi ko siya nakikita doon sa binibilan ko kotse. So palagi siya na, mag-open ka account. Naisip ko po na i-refer daw pa. Refer, yun. Pero tama rin, duda nga. Hindi. Kinukulit niya ako. Tsaka, nasa isip ko naman kung ano naman yun, di ba? Pag bangko, di ba? Maano naman kung
Hindi, pero malaking pera ito. I mean,
hindi ko po alam magkano larating. Hindi ko po alam.
hindi sinabi
Ang alam ko lang po, kay Gao, kasi may utang sa akin 450 million. Sabi ko, 450 million, baka parang tinansya ko, mabayaran na ako, yun lang po. Yun ang alam ko po, dahil yun ang usapan namin ni Gao. Kaya ito si Gao, dumating to si Ding Sisi, hindi ko po talaga alam na ganun mangyayari ho.
Ano nangyari sa 1 billion na transmit sa Eastern Hawaiian?
Yung 1 million ho, kasi may humahawak po yan Yung 550 ho, dinaro po. Sila po yung nagipag-ayos po. Yung 450 ho, yun ang inano ko po. Nagbayad po ako sa bangko, tsaka nagbayad po ako sa...
So, pera ito ni Gao.
Pero, hindi, bayad po sa akin utang ni Gao.
Teka muna.
Opo.
Yung $81 million, pera ni Gao.
Yun ang sabi. Pero, sabi ni Gao, si Ding ang mag-invest. True Gao po. Si Gao kasi ang kasosyo ko talaga
Okay. So, kung pera ni Ding, ba't mo kinuha kaagad yung 450?
Sabi ko ni Gao, kaya nagpa-transfer ko siya 1B sa Eastern Hawaii para mabayaran ako ang utang. Sila
yung
yung
utang na
nag-usap.
siya 450 lang. Bakit?
Hindi, may mga player ko siya magdararo doon. Kasi si Gao regular, opo. Si
Sama
Gao,
na yung mga player.
opo.
Pero hindi mo alam na aabot ito ng $81 million.
Hindi lang po, sabi niya, marami pa. Kaya hindi ko, alam, basta sabi ko,
Paano
pag
niya
nakita ko
sinabi?
po.
Sabihin mo nga sa komite, paano niya sinabi malaki? Sinabi ba niya in excess of $100 million, sobra sa $200 million, sobra sa 300? Anong
More
sinabi
pa raw
niya?
Kasi
More pa.
Kasi ang usapan namin ni Gao ho, ang beberan po niya sa akin, pagbenta niya lupa niya sa...
Hindi, maliit yung 450. Huwag na natin.
Hindi ko sinasabi ko 450 ho. Kasi meron po siya, ini-expect na 600 million arimimpe. Kasi may transact na sila sa China yung lote niya.
Teka muna.
Opo.
All I'm asking is how much did Mr. Gao indicate to you was gonna come in through RCB?
Kasi sinasabi ho malaki. Sabi ko, pakita mo na pera pag dumating na lang. Tsaka ako na lang ho.
Hindi, sabi mo, mas malaki sa 100
Opo, sinasabi nga ho niya.
Mas malaki siya.
Nag-uusap sila ni Ding, tapos sinasabi sa ni Gao, malaki raw. Sabi ko, pakita mo na
Mas
pera.
malaki sa 200.
Opo.
Or mas malaki sa 400.
Hindi ko po na tinanong. Yung Gao, 200 pa, sabi ko, pakita niyo muna para makita ko. Hindi ko po nakikita
Okay.
Mm.
Abot ng 1 billion.
Hindi ko po alam. Kasi palagi niya sinasabi, ang dami. Sabi ko, totoo ba? Parang sino na to?
Miss Digito, did you have an idea of how much dollars were going to be remitted to those 4 or 5
Sir,
accounts?
Your Honor, wala po.
Hindi mo alam.
Hindi po.
Okay. Pero naka-encash kayo up to 400. Saan ninyo nakuha yung 400 million? Who delivered the 400 million? Because 400 million was delivered to Mr. Kim Wong and Mr. Wai Kang Su in cash.
Sir, I
Where
don't
did you
have...
source, where did you requisite the 400 million?
So, hindi ko po alam yung sa 400 million. Hindi, wala pa akong alam din sa cash delivery nila.
Okay. Pero ikaw nagdala ng 20.
So, wala po akong dala sa Soler. Yung sinasabi ko nga po kanina, I've answered that already. Baka po na-confused kasi si Mr. Wong. Halos kasabayan ko po kasi pumasok yung messenger ng PhilRem sa Soler. Hindi po ako may dala-dala nung ganun. Wala po akong dala sa Soler, but I was there.
What did you do there if you didn't bring anything?
I mentioned po kanina, we were supposed to meet po kami ni Mr. Wong nung February 4 pa. I have a text message on that, but I begged off po kasi I had to pick up my daughter sa school. So sabi ko po sa kanya, kinabukasan na lang kami magkikita. So nagkataon lang po talaga yun.
So anong pinag-usapan ninyo sa Soler? Wala ka naman diniliver.
We were supposed to talk about his account with East West. Kaya lang po nga, nandun
What would you have discussed with regard to his account with East West?
Hindi na po kasi masyadong kalala yung branch manager sa East West. So, any instructions on that account, sa akin pa rin po dumadaan. Tapos ako yung nagsasabi din sa branch manager sa East
Ikaw
West.
nag-handle ng East West account ni Mr. Wong?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Wong, ganun ba yun? RCBC manager handling your East West?
Hindi siguro po. Alam ko po, pinasa ko sa sekretary ko po. Sa isang sekretary ko, siya na bahala doon.
Hindi, teka muna, may sinabi ngayon si Miss Digito.
Hindi siguro po.
Hindi siguro.
Kasi wala ho kami dati pa ho, pinipilit niya, sabi niya po sa akin, yung nasa East-West mo, ilipat mo na sa RCBC. Sabi ko, ang hirap po ngayon, dami-dami pipirman. Iwan na yan doon. So, sabi ko doon sa sekretary ko, ikaw na bahala tumingin doon, bangbok doon.
Okay.
Opo. So, hindi lang ako namin pinag-usapan na ho yan. Kinukulitan niya ako, pero sabi ko, ayoko.
Tama ba yun, Miss Digito?
Basta po yung February 4 nga, we were supposed to meet. May text message naman po ako on that. We were just supposed to talk about it. Whether or not nandun yung sekretarya na hindi ko po alam.
Okay, I'm not talking about the date. Let's agree that it's February 5. I wanted to find out, for you to tell the committee why you met with Mr. Kim Wong on February 5. After all, you had no deliveries to make.
Yun nga po yun, sir. He asked me to go there ng February 4 and I promised him that I would just go there February 5. Kasi nga we were
What
supposed...
were you supposed to discuss on February 4?
Yung account nga po sa East West Bank.
Yung account niya sa East West Bank.
Yes, sir.
You were going
So I
to
cannot go into details po kasi dahil kabilang bangko yun and syempre I have yung under bank secrecy law dun sa kabilang bangko naman yung account niya.
ito naman may-ari ng account eh. Nandito may-ari ng account and one of the exemptions on disclosure is to get his permission, di ba? Anyway, hindi naman namin tinatanong sa inyo kung anong detalye sa account. We're not asking you how much is there. We're asking you what was the topic that you were supposed to discuss. At tama po ba yun, Mr. Wong, na kukulitin ka uli nung February 5 kaya dumalo siya sa Soler?
Hindi po siguro, kasi matagal na ho yun eh.
Hindi, alam ko
3 years.
matagal na, but
Hindi,
I want to know
ginagalaw
what is the
kasi-
reason why you met on February 5.
Hindi po sir eh. Kasi matagal na ho yun eh. Hindi ka lang yung butang ko na po yun eh.
Anong matagal na yung February 5?
Yung account sa East West ho.
Hindi, alam ko matagal
Opo.
na yun.
Ang usapan ho, magkikita ho kami dito sa Sulepo para yung paano ho, hindi ko alam po kung sino kausap niya sa money changer. Kung paano paano kay Gao ho yung ano. Kasi nung dumating ho sila, nandyan sila Gao sa likod. Opo.
All right. Until the next hearing, Mr. Chair, I suspend my questioning of the resource persons.
Okay. Senator Osmena, you're requesting for the subpoena of the accountant of PhilRem?
No, we just invite the accountant. We subpoena the one who didn't turn up after he'd been invited twice. What's his name? The
Palmares.
Mark Palmares.
Mark Palmares. Your accountant,
Your accountant, you can pick which accountant you want to bring here. We just want explanation on the taxation, on the...
okay, I
By then
see.
you will bring next Tuesday?
I hope so, Your Honor. I mean, because they might not want to come with me. What do you think?
Well, would they
Your
rather... Would they
They'll
rather
be scared.
be arrested?
No naman. No. It's okay, I will...
No, we don't like to arrest people and put them in jail, but you know, the time of the committee is precious, and we have the full staff here recording, etc. So it's very expensive to say, well, the witness wouldn't turn up, so we'll have to hold another hearing. And that's very, very expensive for the Filipino people. But of course, this is an issue which has put the country in a very bad light. We saw it coming, and we want to make sure that we will be able to explain to our people why this is happening, and to have their support when we attempt to make corrections to the Anti-Money Laundering Law, the Bank Secrecy Act, the FCDU Act, and the General Banking Act. And that's 4 laws that we have to amend. So, mabuti, marami po nakikinig dito sa hearing, and at least malalaman po nila na may ginagawa naman si Senator Guingona para ma-cure yung mga depekto sa ating mga batas. So having said that, Mr. Chair, I would like to thank the committee.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, before we recognize Senator Aquino, I think Commissioner Henares wants to say something.
No, I just wanted to manifest about the comparison of the signature.
Go ahead.
It's not signed by the same person.
It's not signed by the same person.
No.
Why do you say that?
That's
The
our
way
expert.
it is written, it's not.
Okay.
Because I write in Chinese.
Oh, you write in Chinese. I see. So,
The way it's written, it's not written by the same person.
okay.
There are
Okay.
three types of Asian writing. You've Chinese and Japanese. You've
And a
hiragana,
simplified Chinese.
katakana, and kanji.
Yeah.
The most common is kanji, di ba?
Now, the most common is the simplified Chinese.
Meron ngayong bago.
Yeah, where it's a lot of shortcut. But this one is a traditional Chinese character. And It's not written by the same person.
But what would that be? Kanji? What's he...
I don't know. It's traditional Chinese. Because there's simplified Chinese and there's traditional Chinese.
Okay.
That's how they distinguish now between the Chinese character.
Okay. Thank you very much, Commissioner.
Okay, then. I just want a few questions to AMLA, Ms. Abad. Ms. Abad, yes. 4.6 million has been turned over to you, correct? Please, verbal response, please. Verbal response.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And then also 38 million
38
pesos.
280,000 pesos, Your Honor.
Okay. So you've already started, you've already filed the necessary forfeiture cases.
We haven't filed, but it's being prepared, Your Honor.
When do you plan to
We
file?
are coordinating with the Office of the Solicitor General for the filing of the appropriate petition, Your Honor.
Okay, when will you file?
Soon, Your Honor.
Soon.
Yes, Your Honor.
When is soon? Give me a definite date.
Within the week, Your Honor.
Because you see, the sooner we return, the better.
Yes, Your Honor.
So let's act with dispatch on this within the week.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. There's also the other matter of 107 million that's with Soler, that's frozen, and also the 1.3 that Soler has. Have you acted on it, filed the necessary or tell us have you done the necessary legal procedure on it?
We are leading to that, Your Honor, the filing of appropriate petition for civil forfeiture also. So
Civil forfeiture
we are
also.
considering consolidating everything, Your Honor, in just one petition, if that's possible. That's why it's taking us quite some time. But I commit to file the same with very soon, Your Honor.
If it's going to take quite some time, then might as well do it on installment as well. Like I said, the sooner the funds get back to its rightful owner, the better for all of us. I think you agree with that.
We will take note of that, Your Honor.
Okay.
Hindi po, basta po, yung mga transactions po kasi before ganun, di ba? Kumbaga may mga kliyente kasi na nagpapapalit sa kanila. So I just told them there's going to be a cleared funds that will be transferred to their accounts. And they have to convert that to
Sino
peso.
nagbabantay sa rates dito? Mr. Kim Mong, ikaw ba nagbantay sa rates dito? Pumasok ang $81 million, sinabi mo nga kay Ms. Digito, I want you to change at least $61 million into pesos, but I don't want to pay a rate that's higher than this. Sino nagtatrack nito?
Wala po, hindi ko po alam. Sila ho nag-usap eh.
So, they could have charged you anything. They could have exchanged it
Maybe po.
a peso.
Siguro po, hindi.
Ms. Digito, paki-clarify lang po ito, no? First, how often have you dealt with PhilRem in the past?
Per requirement ng client. Kasi yung transactions po with them is based on the instruction of the clients also.
I see. So it's the client who tells you which remittance company to use.
Yes po.
Okay. Ngayon, pag pinapalitan ng from dollars into pesos, bakit pa kailangan ng client mag-identify ng remittance companies when RCBC has a foreign exchange department?
I think PhilRem has a better rate than yung over-the-counter bank rate po.
Better rate.
Opo.
Binibili naman nila sa RCBC eh.
Ay, hindi ko na po alam. But if you compare po kasi...
No. Do not say hindi mo na po alam. In this particular instance of the $81 million, $61 million was exchanged to RCBC, correct? So bumalik naman ka sa RCBC, so maybe the client got charged twice.
So sorry, I got confused with your question. I thought you were asking bakit yung kliyente nagsasource pa sa PhilRem. With this particular transaction po kasi, I was just asked to source nga a money changer kasi may mga remittance na gagawin to Soler and...
Market.
No more, Mr. Chairman. I think the terms that are being used are like informal market or parallel market. Because actually, money changers can be registered with the BSP. So
Can be.
registered with the
Okay.
BSP as a business.
So if they're registered, they're a parallel market. If they're not registered, what do you call them? Naughty market.
That's probably the definition of black market, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. All right. So, ang sabi mo, Ms. Digito, na magsosource ka sa black market kasi mas maganda yung rates.
Opo.
Did you instruct PhilRem to do that, to source it from the black market?
And Eastern Hawaii.
All right. Pero dollars, ba't hindi mo muna in exchange for pesos through RCBC?
Sa kanila na rin naman po yung transaction, so sa kanila na pinagawa lahat yung
At
conversion.
sino nag-identify ng PhilRem?
Si Sir Kim po asked lang if I could recommend somebody, black market.
Ano?
Si Sir Kim Wong po, Mr. Wong asked me if I could recommend a black market. And si PhilRem po yung naisip ko.
Black market.
Apo.
I'd like to ask the Governor of the Central Bank. Black market went out of fashion when we started liberalizing our foreign exchange transactions. Do you still use that phrase today, black market?